We all have fantasies. Some people think about winning the lottery, others imagine a world where phone bills don't exist, and some of us dream of a day where our games stop screwing us over.
Yo, like this game is so gosh darn bad, bro! Oh my gosh! Stop!
But every now and then in sports and esports, fantasy does become reality. The stars literally align, and something special is born. Super teams are an exciting prospect on paper. We expect them to be successful, but the potential for how they win is really what gets us going.
Feathers fly, and G2 will pull back. That's a big stun! That's a big engage! Oh my gosh, look at the fight! They look for kill number 4. This might be an ace inside of the base, inside of 18 minutes.
Sometimes though, what we get doesn't live up to our expectations. And in competitive gaming, no team sums up that kind of disappointment more than CSGO's FaZe Clan. Back in 2016, when Harambe broke our hearts and wiener jokes were finally turned into a feature film, FaZe Clan made headlines in the Counter-Strike world by dropping reportedly $700,000 on the roster of G2 Esports. Not long after the big money acquisition, FaZe began fiddling with the lineup in pursuit of building a dream team. Joining Rain was Kerrigan that October, followed by Nico in early 2017. In hindsight, it was sort of like buying a Lamborghini, only to realize you actually wanted a completely different car that also happened to be a Lamborghini.
That don't make no sense!
While the team did make some finals appearances under Kerrigan's leadership, they crashed out of the PGL Major in Krakow that summer.
That has to be highest expectation and worst outcome that I've seen in recent memory at a major.
Which meant only one thing. It was time to throw even more money at the problem. Joining Rain, Kerrigan, and Nico came Guardian, one of Counter-Strike's all-time best oppers who was still hunting his first major title after spending years falling short with Na'Vi.
Quickly falling apart here for Na'Vi, getting a bit scary, but then Guardian has something to say about that. Takes out the kill on Apex, that was on Arch, and wow, what a shot onto RPK. Gets the flick on the Maniac! That's one! What a monster!
Alongside him arrived Olaf Meister, 2015's best player in the world, who had won multiple majors during his time with Fnatic.
Actually, the timing, just as he goes to plant the bomb. Now he's going to go for the no-scope because he can't commit too much. There he goes, God. He gets the first one. Now he has to plant this bomb here. Actually, he pulls the fake, the mind games, and he wins it! Of course he does, it's Olaf Meister.
This was a real super team. On paper, they were something to fear. They were basically CSGO's version of the fucking Avengers.
And I think this both is a matchup change that's good, it's a firepower potential upgrade that's good, and it changes the map pool in a key way that might allow you to win out against SK and become the #1 team in the world.
To say that FaZe fans were creaming their jeans at the time would be an understatement.
It's over, guys! Olaf and Guardian, on top of Nico, Kerrigan, and Rain? Just give us the major now, baby! Am I right, guys?
However, with great expectation comes even greater pressure. And at DreamHack Malmo in September, FaZe had their first chance to show the CS community what super teams were all about. But things didn't go exactly according to plan.
I can't believe what we're seeing. Rain is hiding behind here. Are they going to spot it out? They're coming in. He goes for the spray, but it gets taken out. Almost dropping a Dren. And now it's on Olaf Meister. With 16 seconds left, they're going to go for the bomb plant here. 1 versus 3. He certainly has the talent for it, but they're all over the place. It seems like it's meant to be for Gambit. Olaf breaking out, and now they're going to try and go for it. Mo shuts him down. It's 16-13 Gambit.
FaZe seriously dropped the ball on that last map. They had multiple opportunities to close that game out, to have an even bigger lead and even bigger advantage, and they just failed miserably.
The delicious cake that the FaZe recipe promised to be needed more time in the oven.
God, this tastes like shit.
But in spite of their slow start to 2017, FaZe finally began collecting trophies, showing fans exactly what they were capable of in the process.
So too to see in this one. Oh, the auto sniper that gives it Liquid their best chance, except that Nico's still in the back of the sight. And he's got accuracy, he's got
my God. Get off the server. In terms of the buy. Don't let me get it. Oh my God, what has happened? Rain and Long looking for blood, and he gets 4 headshots. It's over. The ref's called it.
So OverExplained knows what's coming his way, and he's happy. He is oh so happy.
Down and out. So Dupree getting that kill. Carrigan doing the best that he can with the FAMAS. It's 2 versus 3 with 17 seconds, and somehow FaZe managed to hold on to the bomb site here. 10 seconds for Glaive, and it's not enough. Carrigan is a hero.
Those grenades going off. There's one left on Zipnix. We'll see if he gets it in play. It's not looking like it, though. They're getting cut down in droves. Rain, Olafmeister. There's Carrigan chiming in. It's all on device now. 1v5, and not for long. Rain, he has mercy.
These early dominant performances and tournament victories created a ton of hype around the roster, convincing some that the scene's new overlords had arrived. During this period, FaZe groupies in particular became especially unbearable.
Hey man, Colin is driving me up the wall today.
Why? What's he doing?
That.
Hey Colin, do you know what time the meeting is today?
Yeah man, it's FaZe o'clock, bitch.
Okay. Anyway, after dominating the latter part of 2017, FaZe set their sights on kicking off the new year with a major title in Boston. And while they made it to the event's grand finals with relative ease, only one of them really showed up when it mattered.
Guardian's doing what he always does in the meantime.
Ooh! Well, that is a shot and a half from Guardian. That was maybe the only chance, but Guardian comes back in. Oh, Guardian, he gets 2. There's still more to go, though. Cloud9 must plant the bomb. The peaks come in, but Guardian will not stop. 1 more to go, and Guardian gets them all!
Automatic in the pool. Rain taken out. 2 on 2 now, and it's Tariq. He's got higher health, but it's not perfect. Down he goes. It's Guardian. He's the only man standing between Cloud9 and the Major. It's going to be a double peak. There's the first one. We go to overtime number 2. They're still in this Major FaZe Clan.
Despite Guardian playing out of his mind, Cloud9 ran away with the series in a butt-clenching overtime.
Guardian and the Rain remain. Automatic pushing through. It's Guardian versus 2.
Can he do it again? He's been in this position before to win FaZe around a very important, very crucial one. Can he deny Cloud9? We saw it from this position before. He cannot miss a single shot. Guardian waits patiently as Cloud9 sets the push up. Oh! Oh, it's happened! They made it work! Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions!
Hey Colin, how about that grand final, eh?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Are you drinking?
Yeah, is there a problem?
It's 10 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, Dan. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Much like dating profile pictures, consistency was hard for FaZe to find. While there were occasional flashes of brilliance in 2018, and the team hoisted silverware at a number of events, there were also tournament performances to forget against lesser competition as well.
There'll be one player waiting for them. That's going to be next. One of these kills might just guarantee absolutely everything. He's done damage. Can he find anything more? Needs backup. Can't get it. The bomb has gone down. And Tizian left in the 2-on-1.
He's got an M4 picked up, though. He's got the hold. First one's there! And with the little guns, it's a big round!
This inconsistent form left fans wondering about the team's chemistry. And this was the first problem with this FaZe Clan roster. It was filled with superstars who, despite Kerrigan's efforts, were often essentially playing pub-style CS.
Olafmeister versus 3 players. He doesn't have a defuse kit. I don't know if there's one on the way. Has to fake a flashbang just to get around one corner, but the off angle from Samuya will be enough, and that is a wipeout match of Dust 2. 16-5, Big Clan winning both pistols and being comfortable from start to finish.
It's baffling, right? You don't, like, FaZe obviously have had struggles in the past before, but for them to start this flat, like nobody individually looking like they're on point, it doesn't seem like they feel like a team at this point.
This individual-centric approach might have worked during the same era Fnatic dominated, but the times had changed.
You're living in the past, man!
The adherence to a tactical system was part of the modern CSGO landscape. Individual skill was still obviously important, but it couldn't be a long-term crutch. As it turned out, FaZe Clan's roster was less like the Avengers and more like Norman Osborn's Thunderbolts. Venom, Bullseye, and Radioactive Man might kick ass individually, but together they're kind of a mess.
Okay, shut up.
We can't know for sure whether Kerrigan was unable to bring these players together in a coherent tactical system, or if they just simply refused to adapt. But if his previous and later teams are any indication, it came down to challenges he faced with the players he had.
That is the problem in skilled teams, that even if you have 5 skilled players, you can make it work as long as one player is the final voice of the team. So if you say, let's go B, we all go B, and we just die as a team, or we win as a team.
Unfortunately for Kerrigan, he'd be the one to pay the price. He was benched and then shipped off to Envious on loan before permanently leaving FaZe for Mouse Sports in 2019.
You can't just have 5 superstars players and nobody really take the leading role, so.
And failing to replace Kerrigan would prove to be the second major problem for FaZe. To remedy the situation, the IGL role was filled by Adren and then later Neo. But even under those seasoned leaders, FaZe never managed to return to their late 2017 form.
They understand the game to such a level, they can play the game to such a level. How does, when you mash them together, how do they meet strife? How do they meet struggle? Why is this happening?
I just think it's about time that FaZe finds the guidance, right? They find a line they want to follow. For a long, long time, we haven't really known what FaZe is anymore.
Shows to me it wasn't just Kerrigan. Like, removing Kerrigan didn't make FaZe Clan better. It made them worse.
And Mac 10 for Neo versus 3. Can he get around the corner? He can't do it. Renegades take it, they survive, and they eliminate FaZe Clan from the major.
There's one more thing to consider though, the interpersonal situation. Now, everything the Kerrigan era team told us in interviews made it sound like things were working out great. But super teams by nature are made up of big personalities, and sometimes that can lead to differences of opinion. And that begs the question, how much sense does it make in CSGO or any other esport to build a team of superstars?
You need to find 5 players that you can sign that are not under contract anywhere else. They all have to be socially mixed and they all have to be willing to play different roles. The likelihood that you can find that is it's very, very low. Even then, how many players are superstar players for like a year, you know? Almost nobody is. So if at the time you sign those 5 players, 3 months later, some of them are gonna be in a slump. And then what's the point?
But despite the unlikelihood of all these variables falling into place and their willingness to try out the relatively unknown Brokey, FaZe's most recent marquee signing, Coldzera, is further proof that they're not ready to give up on the super team dream.
Oh, they're already in CT, but Cold one step ahead, very aware, and he's very much tuned in now, almost a third. Misses it by a hair's length. Brokey will get dealt with. It's Cold though, and it's the Cold show, because he'll get 4. FaZe, 15 rounds and a smile on that man's face.
While this new look Nico-led FaZe hasn't exactly stormed out of the gates, it's still too early to label their superstar experiment a complete failure. The organization clearly believes that their formula is capable of creating a dynasty. But is it really a blueprint their fans can believe in?
Honestly, I think the answer has been under FaZe Clan's nose the entire time. Look, there was this guy on Reddit years ago making a case, and I think it's time to try him out.
Wait a second. You're not talking about Big Dong Danny?
The one and only.
Isn't that your alt account?
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, red for Ferrari, yellow Lamborghini. That's it.
Suicide doors, right? You know? You can't have suicide doors on Ferraris. Are they called suicide doors?
I don't know, I've never heard that until you just said it.
No, those doors where you go up.
Is that a suicide door? I know what you're talking about. I don't know that was what they're called.
If there's a car person watching this,
Please help us.